Hey there, everyone. Happy Monday. This is Beth Knaus from That's a Spade Copywriting Services. And I was just sitting here thinking about what is it that I'd really like to share with you today. And I've had a lot of thoughts going through my mind. And one reason is because I am in the middle of redoing my website and really thinking about what I want my language to say and that sort of stuff, and sharing a little bit more of what's different about me, what's unique about me, what do I bring to the table that other people don't bring. And so that got me thinking about this whole concept of tell your story, right? And we hear a lot of this, tell your story, tell your story. And I think that can be two different things, right? Like I'm in the middle of working on a project. It's a book project for a community I'm in, and women are writing short stories, real stories from their life, 8 to 10 pages about a challenge where they overcame. And so they are writing an actual, personal story that will be raw and, will be intense, and or maybe not intense. Like, it's okay to write a joyous story as well. But that's one type of storytelling, and that actually is becoming very popular. And personally, I like the idea of it because it's women encouraging women. When it's happening in a group, we tend to do that easier, right, than just throwing stuff out there ourselves. But when it comes to your writing, and whether it's your content, you're writing a blog, or you're writing your about page, or, you know, you're on a LinkedIn Live, or you're having a one-to-one with somebody, like, we have these pockets of opportunity to really talk about who we are, not what our industry is, or not how we compare to everyone else, or how we like everyone else, but how we, how are we different from someone else? Like, everybody's mold has been broken, right? Especially by the time you've lived some years in your life. There's nobody who's exactly like you, right? So one of the things I think people struggle with is we have a lot of mindfulness now. This is not probably not going to be a short video today, folks. Um, I shouldn't say that. Don't leave me. It's not going to be that long. I was thinking about how today we're a little more focused in mindfulness, right? There's people doing yoga, or they're meditating, or they're breathing. We're doing a lot of different things to be mindful and present. And I think when we can do that, we can analyze what's going on around us, and we're more in touch with how we feel in the moment, how something is, how we're reacting to something, and what does it mean. I feel like we can notice a lot more finer detail that way. Whereas, like for me, I'm in my 50s. Growing up, mindfulness was not a thing. It wasn't a common thing, and it certainly wasn't in my household. So I think a lot of the times things happened, or we had experiences, and we missed a lot of the details. We missed a lot of the, gee, why is that other person acting that way? Or, oh, this is really a fabulous experience right now. Let's take in all of the things that are, engaging our senses. Or we just went and did stuff and it was over. And then the next day you went back to your, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And so I think there's a lot we didn't notice. And I'm not telling you that you have to go back and reflect, your entire childhood or whatever, but I definitely think there are periods of time in our lives, maybe up until we're in our early 20s, where things are just happening and we're allowing them to happen. And we're not really paying attention to what we're benefiting from, right? Whether it's a difficult thing or something that's positive, an achievement, an accomplishment. And so those are the things that I feel are part of strategic storytelling for you. And I love that term, strategic storytelling, because you do not have to open a vein and tell everybody, every inch of your life. But finding those gems in your life where you had value building experiences, right? I'm not talking about, oh, I learned to type in high school, or, I remember taking the first computer class, or, things like that. I'm talking about things that are a little more connected um, to soft skills. And I think next time I'll talk about soft skills, because I was just doing some reading on that too, which we don't call it that anymore. You know what? Oddly enough, we call it power skills. We're gonna come back to that next week. I'm gonna mark that down so I know. So I just want you to think about, before that time of going to college, getting a degree, getting your first corporate position, or opening your first business, or whatever it may be, or internships. Those are great experiences. And yes, you could have learned very unique things in those situations, but better chance that people that are in your market, that are in your industry, have had similar experiences to that. We want to find the experiences that were one of a kind and really are individual to you, right? They're original to you. So when I say tell your story, I'm not talking about the type where we really just put it all out there. Not that there's anything wrong with that and that serves a purpose, but I think in business, what you want to do is show those stories that show how you've developed your values. And your values are really important. So think about that. I'm interested to hear what people's reactions are to that. And um, if you'd like to chat more about that, I do have a wonderful Facebook group. It's called Better Content Right Now. It's on Facebook, and you can go and you can request to get into that group, and I would love to have you. And I hope that you have a fantastic week. Bye.